Flip-flops. Here in this video we are going to see RS flip-flop and D flip-flops. Through this video you are going to understand the basic function of the flip-flops. Along with that, what is a control signal for the flip-flop clock, and what is timing diagram, and how an RS flip-flop is working. So we are discussing the D flip-flop in detail with its logic diagram, block diagram and the timing diagram. Flip-flop is a bistable logic circuit that can store only one bit at a time, either a 0 or 1. The output of a flip-flop indicates which bit it is storing. A high output indicates that 1 is stored and a low output indicates that 0 is stored. Flip-flops are implemented with logic gates. The simplest electronic circuit used as memory element in digital circuits is flip-flop. Flip-flop is a bistable logic circuit that can store only one bit at a time, either 1 or 0. The output of a flip-flop indicates which bit it is storing. A high output indicates that 1 is stored and low output indicates that 0 is stored. Flip-flops are implemented with logic gates. It's the simplest electronic circuit used as memory element is flip-flop. A sequential circuit is an interconnection of flip-flops and gates. We have already seen this in the previous sessions. Most of the sequential circuits are synchronous in nature. Synchronous sequential circuits means they employ signals that affect the storage elements only at discrete instants of time. It is achieved by a timing device called clock pulse generator that produces a periodic train of clock pulses. Output changes state only at a specified point, either at the leading or at the trailing edge of the triggering input called clock. In digital systems, all waveforms are synchronized with a basic timing waveform called clock. It's a periodic waveform in which each interval between the pulses equals the time for one bit. The picture shows the timing clock signal. Here this stands for the 0 level where it has 0 value, and this level is the 1 value, high value, and a transition from 0 to 1, this is the leading edge, and transition from 1 to 0, that is the trailing edge. Here is a bit sequence 1 0 1 1 0 0 1 1 0 0 1 0, and the waveform for the bit sequence is also shown. Here it represents 0, here it is 1, here it is 0, here it is 1, here 0, here also 0, here 1 1 because the values is high, here it is 0 0, here 1 again 0. A timing diagram is a graph of digital waveforms showing the actual time relationship of two or more waveforms and how each waveform changes in relation to others. We will be drawing the timing diagram for the different kinds of flip-flops. One can determine the states either high or low for all the waveforms at any specified point in time, and the exact time that a waveform changes state relative to other waveform. A flip-flop has two outputs, Q and Q bar. Q bar is the complement of the output Q, and it maintains a binary state until directed by the clock pulse to switch the states. Various examples of flip-flops include RS flip-flop, JK, D flip-flop, T flip-flop, master slave flip-flop, etc. The difference among these different types of flip-flops is in the number of inputs they possess and in the manner in which the inputs affect the binary state. Now we can see what is RS flip-flop. Here this shows the symbol of RS flip-flop. It is having three inputs, first S, then R, and another input which is the synchronous input known as clock signal. Here is an arrowhead which tells that the flip-flop will change its states only at the positive edge trigger. That means only at the transition from a 0 to 1 state of the clock pulse. The output Q and Q bar, this is the complement of this output. This shows the characteristic table of the RS flip-flop. Here, for the positive edge of the clock pulses, if the input 0 0 occurs in the S and R inputs respectively, the output there is no change. It stays in the previous state itself. When an input S is equal to 0 and R is equal to 1 at the positive edge of the clock, gives or resets the flip-flop and it stores a 0 value. When the input S is equal to 1 and R is equal to 0, it is in set state, or the flip-flop will store a 1. And the condition S is equal to 1 and R is equal to 1 is an invalid state. Why? Because both the flip-flop is trying to be in the set state or in the reset state, which is an impossible condition. So here it shows the operation which we have discussed now. When S and R is equal to 0, there is no change in the state, and S is 0 and R is 1. R is 1 means it is in the reset state. When S is 1, it will be in the set state. When this is an invalid state where S and R both are 1s. Here is the logic diagram corresponding to RS flip-flop. See the clock signal, which is the control signal given to the both AND gates, where the S input and the R inputs are clocked simultaneously, clocked and given to the next gate. D flip-flop or data flip-flop is a modification of RS flip-flop. Here the figure shows the positive edge triggered D flip-flop, and this is the negative edge triggered D flip-flop. Here in the positive edge triggered D flip-flop, if the value of the input D is equal to 1, means that will set the D flip-flop, and if the value of D is equal to 0, that will reset the flip-flop, or the flip-flop will store a 0 value. This negative edge triggered flip-flop will work only in the trailing edge of the clock pulse, but the positive edge triggered flip-flop will work on the rising edge of the clock. Here is the working of D flip-flop. The operation of the D flip-flop can be summarized like this. During the positive edge, that means transition from 0 to 1 occurs, then the input present in the D flip-flop will change the state of the flip-flop as 1, and if it is already set, it remains set, otherwise it will be set. Here if D is equal to 0, that resets on the positive clock edge, and if it is already reset, it remains in the reset state itself. That is summarized in the characteristics table. And if the clock pulse is in the negative transition or the negative edge, then it doesn't have any effect on the output. The flip-flop will remains in the same state. Here is the timing diagram of the positive edge triggered flip-flop. Here is the clock signal, and first signal high and then coming to low, then the second clock signal, third, fourth, fifth and sixth. When initially the inputs are given and initially the output Q is 0. Now at the positive edge of the clock pulse, if there is input D is equal to 1 means that will set the flip-flop. That means we can see here this is the positive edge, but here the value of D is 0, and since the Q is 0 itself, so there is no change. So for the second rising edge or the positive edge of the flip-flop, here the value of D is 0 itself. So again there is no change in the output, which is already reset. Then come to the third flip-flop, third clock cycle. Here the value of D is high here. At that point you are going to set the flip-flop. See here it is setting in the positive edge and making this as 1. And now at the next positive edge of the clock, what is the value of D? D is 0. So now it is the flip-flop is resetting. Then in the next clock pulse positive edge, the value of D is 1. So again you are setting the flip-flop. And at the 6th clock pulse, here in the D value is 1 itself. So the flip-flop was already in the set state, so it will remain in the set state. And here Q bar shows the complement of the Q output. So wherever and a flip-flop, the main important thing is a flip-flop cannot change the state except on the positive edge triggering of a clock pulse, since our flip-flop is a positive edge triggered D flip-flop. If it is a negative edge triggered D flip-flop means only at the trailing edge, that means from 1 to 0, at this edge only the changes in the output will happen. So here we have already seen what is the basic concept of flip-flops, which are the different types of flip-flop, and what is the use of clock signal, and how a timing diagram is drawn which relates the input, output and the clock signals. We have also seen the RS flip-flop and D flip-flop. D flip-flop is a special category of RS flip-flop which is having only one input. And see you in the next session. Bye. Thank you.